Good morning, good people. Good morning, good people of Earth. Today is July 29th, 2024. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning here in wonderful Pahrump-Kentucky, southwestern Nevada, near the California border, the California border. We are in Pahrump or Pahrump-Kentucky. You choose. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day once again. And the month is almost over. For me, I have one more class. I have two classes, Thursday, and Monday for my Ministering at the Margins graduate program in pastoral ministry at Santa Clara University. It's been an interesting, eye-opening ride, which I'm very appreciative for having. Pulling, stretching one's belief. It's hard to get back in the box when you've been stretched out. So that's a different story. So here we are, once again, Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and interested people in their journey through this life. And our meme for today, our subject that we're going to talk about is the secret of success. Wait for it, question mark, meaning like, is this actually the secret of success? It's from Darren Hardy. It's in red letter down below in the worksheet, which is a good segue into how do we help people on their journey through this life. Two ways. Number one is the worksheet. The most important thing is the worksheet down below. That is the curriculum for our school. When people say, what is your school? What is the curriculum? Well, it's down below every day. And it's very interesting because there is the long theme. Our program is broken up into 4 weeks that continuously repeat. However, on every day, there is some new content. So even though the general subject matter repeats every 4 weeks, the specific information is not always it's not ever exactly the same. So, for example, this is week 3 on our 4-week neuroscience-oriented approach to success. And this week is called Outside My Skull-Sized Kingdom. The first TED Talk is David Logan, professor at USC. He's probably retired now, but 10 years ago, he was an MBA business school professor at USC, and he's talking about tribes, the tribes we join, that we all are members of many, many tribes. And what our goal is with those tribes, or the goals of the tribes, or what the goals of the tribes could be, which is to move forward. So every 4 weeks, starting on a Monday, week number 3, we start with David Logan. That has not changed for 10 years, more than 10 years. That has not changed. We have been very consistent with that. However, the stuff around that changes. Seth Godin changes every day. He has a new thing every day. So we have this long form that does not change. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And within those weeks, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, that does not change. But the content in each day does change. Some of the content does change each day. So this is a ever refreshing yet never the same thing. So as Heraclitus would say, you can never step into the same river twice. That applies here. The river doesn't change, but what's in the river changes. So it's not the same river. So very proud of that. It turned out to be very good when I see people who were in school 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. We have a common base, and they know that it's still applicable. So that's kind of cool, but it's ever fresh. So that's the main thing, our curriculum. Secondarily, though, is the TED Talk. Is the podcast. The podcast is the practical thing of how we help people move through a transcendent life. So that is the creating better unconscious behavior, i.e. better habits. And it's having discipline. Aha, so Maticus von Atticus is here. So Maticus von Atticus, this could be for a short period of time at least. Well, it's a bittersweet day. So Maticus von Atticus is flying the nest, at least for a while. He might return as the birds return every year as part of their routine, but moving onward, upward. And this is the day. So maybe we can have lunch together if you're not leaving before 1. Are you leaving before 1? And while he's thinking about that, we will say prayers and all for Wadabevi out in boot camp, basic training. Who knows what the mission is now, but we feel very good. And part of it is knowing that she knows we are still here. A, B, we are thinking about her as we are for the other students and former students. And Maticus von Atticus would chant his Des Moines 24, Des Moines 24. So, again, though, our theme for today is the secret of success. We're going to talk about that soon. Right now, advice from an 80-year-old, don't burn bridges. You'll be surprised how many times you have to cross the same river. Right. Really? Yes, that is true. Okay, let us look at Seth Godin. Seth Godin. Where is he? Seth Godin. Here we go. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? A philosopher can spend a month, a year, or a career thinking about one knotty problem, and that's Knotty. One knotty problem, probably an Naughty problem also. Making assertions, testing theories, understanding how others are thinking about it as well. Correct. But this exercise shouldn't be reserved for academics. What are you working on? When will you change your mind? What can you learn? What can you challenge? It's better when you're on the cusp. You're on the cusp. Okay? What are you thinking about? So, number one takeaway from that is be thinking. Be thinking. Engage the thinking mechanism in your brain. Maticus von Atticus, what time are you leaving today? Perhaps we can have breakfast. If you're planning to leave early, please clean your room. Okay, what is the secret of success? Darren Hardy has a good 7-minute talk about that today. Giving an example of somebody we know, Charlie Brown, Charles Schulz. Charlie Brown is sort of an autobiographical character of Charles Schulz, who was a mediocre person who just didn't give up. He had persistence. So Darren Hardy's talk is called The One Attribute to Put You into the Top 3%. Persistence. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Why is that? Why would that be true? Well, for one thing, if you are persistent, you don't quit, it's just a matter of time before everybody else quits. The typical person is going to quit. If it's not working, they're going to quit. If your thing is, I'm just going to keep walking, you're like Forrest Gump deciding to run across the country. He didn't decide to run across the country. He just decided to start running, and he didn't stop. And then other people joined in what he was doing. And then one day he just stopped. But persistence. Charles Schulz was mediocre through school, tried to get jobs doing graphics, artwork, rejected, tried to get a job at Disney, rejected. Rather than give up, rather than agree with what the world was telling him, which is you're not good enough, he went this way, and he appealed to other people where it resonated with him, right? So Yuval Harari, tell a story, or Seth Godin, right? Tell a compelling story. Find part of the status quo to change. Apparently, Charlie Brown was a story for the newspapers, comics, it resonated with people. The other mediocre people. He appealed to the mediocre people. So kind of like find your niche, find your niche, find it. And then what we're going to learn this week, day 2, tomorrow, Seth Godin, if you do that and you tell a compelling story to your niche, what we know from Yuval Harari is if the story is believable, the people who believe it will resonate in them. And then, of course, it depends what you ask them to do. But so tying this together. So Darren Hardy says persistence, just don't give up. Just keep going. It doesn't matter if you're mediocre. You will continue to get better if you have the right ideas. You will continue to improve. Every day you start as mediocre and you focus on an area, and every day you're getting better at that. At one point you won't be mediocre, but at another point, the people you were competing with will have dropped out. They just won't be there. And then at one point you'll have a lot more experience than other people coming in new, people coming in fresh. You'll have more experience than them. They might have more innate talent, but you have more experience. And if you keep honing on your niche, that little niche you have, Maticus von Atticus, what time are you planning to leave today? It's a very important question. So a lot of people will drop out. That puts you further ahead. You've refined. You've been working on your skill every day. My hunch is, not my hunch, I think we could all agree that the last drawing or the high point drawings of Charlie Brown were better than the first drawings of Charlie Brown. Oh, now you're going tomorrow. Okay, what time are you going tomorrow? But just send me a text on that, because we're going to wrap this up. Let's see if there's anything else in our worksheet worth noting. Let's see. Jordan Peterson, good today. Seek uncomfort. Don't avoid uncomfort. Seek it. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Why? Because everybody else is looking for comfort. So be comfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Just looking here, seeing if there's anything else we need to know. I think not. So we're going to say, what do you think would be best? going tomorrow. What do you think would be best? What do I think about what would be best? But send me texts because we got to get going. The show is on the road. Best wishes to Wadabevi and all of the other students from our past. You're always welcome to pop in, say hello on chat. And with that, we're going to say cut and cut. Bonk.